has what it came for. The next problem is to get the information back to the command post. Dawn is approaching. Detection by the enemy becomes more probable with every passing moment. Finally, it happens. The aggressor has no way of knowing how large a force he has to deal with. He can be counted upon to bring up every man and weapon possible in his effort to turn back what might be the spearhead of a major attack. In a maneuver situation, dummy ammunition or simulated artillery fire can be as effective as the real thing. It may be more so. In combat, the enemy might miss. But in a maneuver, if he catches you where the probabilities are in his favor, he gets credit for having done the job.
By the way of departure, I think you should see some of our historical and biographical films. A very popular collection to the series.
I'd like to.
This one coming up is the Thayer story, a film about the beginnings of West Point and Colonel Thayer, who contributed so much to those beginnings. Thayer was played by Shepard Strudwick, and the film was narrated by Lowell Thomas.
Select your 3 best students as assistants. Have them teach under your supervision. We will pay them $10 a month. I will propose that your status be advanced from teacher to professor.
A fine plan. My good wishes for you, Claudius.
Merci, Major Thayer. I am very surprised. I shall try to do my best.
Smaller classes, not only in French, but in all subjects. This was one of Thayer's innovations aimed at intensifying instruction at the academy. To this day, small sections are the method by which the progress of each student can be carefully observed. Thayer established the academic board, which still has the responsibility for the curriculum. It has proved to be a valuable force in suiting the program of study to changing needs. Thayer's vision was the military officer thoroughly educated, knowledgeable in many areas of human thought and endeavor. The library at West Point today is one of the oldest buildings of the academy, a symbol of Thayer's effort to enrich the background and extend the horizons of his cadets. In Thayer's time and for many years, West Point was under the supervision of the Corps of Engineers. An experienced engineer himself, Thayer saw the need for a broader scientific education and established the first systematic course of engineering in the United States. While most colleges offered courses in the liberal arts, the academy became the only school preparing men to be engineers on a professional level. Men trained here were much in demand for teaching in other colleges and for civilian engineering posts, and West Point became well known for intense concentration of effort and thoroughness.
With Army leaders of recent history, we have film sources to which we can go. Perhaps you've seen some of our film biographies.
Yes, I've seen your Pershing story and the Stilwell story. Both of them were excellent films.
Well, then, you've got some idea of how we use library footage. Now, here's one of our most recent, the Patton story. Adding to the prestige of this biography was the narration by Ronald Reagan.
The Supreme Allied Commander paid a visit. Passionately involved in the work at hand, Patton had acquired a reputation for being tempestuous, sometimes rash. There was a question as to his role in the invasion of Fortress Europe. Then, his whereabouts carefully concealed from the German High Command, he appeared in Great Britain. New troops heard him in an introductory speech and called him Old Blood and Guts. The old-timers referred to him as the Old Man, who knew more about fighting than any man alive. He called a spade a spade. He told them to get mad and stay mad. They listened. On D-Day, behind Bradley's First Army, another army assembled, Patton's Third. With plenty of armor, this outfit was like its commander. Fast, hard-hitting, spirited, spectacular.
Now there's a picture I would like to see in its entirety.
You'll have the opportunity. For the present, I think you have a good general idea of the big picture.
I have indeed. Thanks for the trouble and time you've gone to.
Not at all. We'll be working together in the months ahead.
It's a real challenge, but something to look forward to.
And the show is something to look forward to. In the months ahead, we can promise our big picture audiences new chapters out of our proud military history. There will be up-to-the-minute reports on the United States Army's latest efforts and newest developments, all aimed at keeping the national defenses secure against any possible aggressor. Now, this is Sergeant Stuart Queen, your host for The Big Picture.
The Big Picture is an official report for the armed forces and the American people. Produced by the Army Pictorial Center. Presented by the Department of the Army in cooperation with this station.